Okay, well, good morning, everyone. Isn't it lovely? I can hear myself. I am thrilled to be here with you this morning. My name is Julie O'Brien. My company is Run to Hospitality and Tourism Solutions. I've worked in hospitality and tourism for more than 30 years. A fair few, I'd say, if I actually took out a calculator and bother to add up those years. I'm a huge fan of the industry and a huge fan of how Northern Ireland has evolved throughout my career. And today we're focusing, of course, on the spring campaign. And every new opportunity like this is a step to achieving more. So we're going to ask you to really muscle in behind the opportunity here. A huge amount of research has gone into this. And of course, budget and finances by the Tourism Northern Ireland team. And I'm really interested in the work that Naomi Waite and her team has done on this campaign, because we work a lot on commercial plans, on revenue generation with businesses. And when you look at those plans, very often they have the most expensive and the most complex things first. Whereas the first rule for every business, every organization, is to do the easy stuff. Take the stuff that's sitting on your lap and go for the no and low cost stuff first before you go anywhere else. So there's an incredible opportunity here today, and we're going to walk you through that. So we're all good? You can hear me? We're all on the same page? Okay, my friends, we'll start to move through looking at the market overview for Northern Ireland and the Republic of Ireland. And as I said, Caroline started off saying there, referencing the visitor and the market. Well, of course, you can't promote or sell to anyone unless you know who you're selling to. So, otherwise it's just going to be vacuous. You're going to be speaking and no one's going to listen. So today, in my piece, we're going to really think about the market and the customers in these markets. So I'm going to take you through a couple of things. We're going to look at the opportunity offered by the campaign. We're going to take a look at the target audiences. Then I'm going to hand you over to Naomi Waite, Director of Marketing for Tourism Northern Ireland, who, it has to be said, is the architect of this whole campaign, and therefore she knows it intimately, and she'll be sharing some wonderful insights that we're asking you to muscle in behind and be aware of in that regard. I'll pick up again then after Naomi, and I'll just give you a couple of tips to maximise opportunities. And, I'm going to make a couple of recommendations on next steps that you can take after today. Are we all good? All right, guys, we'll get going then. So first of all, take a look at the opportunity. So hopefully you're all really clear on why we're here today. So we are here, of course, to take a look at the spring campaign, which will drive businesses across Northern Ireland. So think about the economies of communities across all the areas in Northern Ireland. And the target market for this opportunity, of course, is the Northern Ireland and the Republic of Ireland market. So all the time, we're going to keep our eye on the ball. We're going to try and maximise this opportunity through the spring campaign with a focus on the Northern Ireland and Republic of Ireland market. So the campaign is running from the 20th of January through to the 31st of March, a crucial time for generating revenue and increased promotion for businesses. The Island of Ireland market, it's important to set the context, is worth 63%, two-thirds of overnight visitors to Northern Ireland. So it's a no-brainer. You have to muscle in behind this and think about all the different ways that you can maximise opportunities for you, your business and your communities. The Northern Ireland market itself is worth 40% of overnight stays. I think that's a wonderful thing. You have an incredible doorstep market with an easy reach, accessible, that you just need to tap into to create opportunities for you, your businesses and your communities. And the Republic of Ireland has 1.3 million visitors open and willing to travel on an annual basis to Northern Ireland, and that's building. And I know that because I happen to live now in Dublin, and I hear lots of my friends arranging trips to different areas in Northern Ireland. And I have to say, Caroline, who works with me in my own office, who happens to be from the UK, is the greatest champion of that. She's always at the school gates telling everyone incredible things to do across Northern Ireland. So I'm going to ask you to think about that, the stuff you can say offline in conversations with people, and the stuff you can say online. And Emma will give us some wonderful tips later this morning on that, and how everything you say and everything you show can create an opportunity. It can literally, the power is in your hands to transform how people think and to encourage them to engage maybe with new experiences, or engage, go back to places that they've seen before in Northern Ireland. So that's our goal. And we need to think about doing that individually and collectively. So this morning, we are here really to create clarity. What is the campaign? What's the opportunity? Who's the target audience? How could you potentially muscle in behind it? And then we're going to think about, how you can get, what's the benefit for you? Well, promotional opportunities and revenue generating opportunities. We want to see bookings. We want to see people coming in and booking, visitor attractions, experiences, overnight stays, taking, a restaurant reservation. We want to see them moving through Northern Ireland. So this morning, we are asking you, please, to think about ways you can support and muscle in behind this campaign, and really importantly, extend reach. So what happens if Tourism Northern Ireland goes out and says, this wonderful campaign, and I know I pass these incredible billboards and I hear amazing stuff, maybe, on the TV, and I pick up my phone and I see the, the information on Facebook or LinkedIn or on Instagram, and then you don't muscle in behind it, the campaign will not get traction. So all our view are the power drivers behind this campaign to make sure that the opportunity can be maximised. So I can tell you this without exception, because we work a lot in destinations throughout Ireland, that when you do a campaign, or if you want to raise the profile of a destination, the approach is to stand up and lean. And when I say that, what I mean is every individual or every community needs to stand up and embrace the opportunity, and then lean on the opportunity that's been created by Tourism Northern Ireland through this campaign. In other words, you just don't expect the campaign to do it for you. You're proactive about leveraging opportunities for yourself. So you stand up and you lean. This is really important. Clarity equals conversion. And this is something I didn't understand when I started my career in tourism. I thought bookings kind of happened by magic or maybe by luck. But actually, no. If I understand what my business is about, and if I understand the market and the customer I'm speaking to, I can convert bookings. And that is just a fact. That is how it works. So I need to be clear on what the opportunity is, clear on my target audience, clear on how I'm speaking to that audience, and that will increase promotional and revenue generating opportunities. So I want you to start thinking this morning about how you can do that individually and collectively. And again, this is just quite simply a rule: input equals output. I do something and I will get the output. But the input needs to be strategic. I can't just splash paint against a wall. I need to do something well. I need to be targeted in how I create the input, so I generate an output, which is measurable promotion and bookings. Are we good there? If anyone disagrees with me, shout back out at me. I'd love to have a discussion around that. When we're creating opportunities, we need to think about the individual voice. Every one person counts. What you say individually is really important. But if we just have the campaign and we just have one voice speaking, that's not going to get traction. We need to have the individual voices and the collective voices within communities and within areas across Northern Ireland, speaking offline and online to drive this opportunity, because we know you have the power, to make people think, I'd like to go there, I'd like to explore, because what they're saying sounds compelling and I need to check that out. We want to hear this offline in conversations like my colleague Caroline at the school gate, and we want to hear it online. So we want to transfer it in all of your conversations offline and online, and being aware that what you drip feed into conversation matters. You can literally transform someone's intentions because you're enthusiastic about something. You tell them about a great place to stay or a great offer that's available, and you can make people think that they want to engage that way. And you're not lying, because it's compelling and wonderful anyway, and what you're offering them is the promise of an incredible memory. So be aware of your role within that. So if we can get the individual and the collective working together, speaking offline and online, what we do is create a rising tide. And that's what we want through this campaign. But of course, that's what we want on a year-round basis for all of you individually and collectively, and for Northern Ireland. We all came, my friends? All right, then. So let's take a look. Caroline rightly said this morning, we need to understand the target market and the target audiences. So I'm going to just touch on a couple of things here today, and then we'll point to a couple of resources that you can go to find out more. So in terms of the target audiences, the kind of customers that are targeted in the Republic of Ireland are active maximisers, open-minded explorers, and indulgent relaxers. And in Northern Ireland, aspiring families, natural quality seekers, social Instagrammers. Now, I know well in your businesses, you might call these people families, adventurers. You might have other names for them, maybe multi-generational groups. You need to know that Tourism Northern Ireland will have put a huge amount of research behind these customers, and therefore you can be assured that if you create language that speaks to the need of these segments, that you will be able to create those promotional and revenue generating opportunities that we all want. Is that okay? So this is really important. So as we move through this, and I give you some highlights about what each one of those personas, those customer segments stand for, I want you to think about how you would choose images, or how you would speak, or how you would create wording that actually speaks to these target audiences. So I need to hear that I am a match for what you offer, because I'll know then it suits me and I'll go and book it. Isn't that right? So I need to have a coherent conversation with you. So shall we take a look at the active maximisers? So I can totally see myself in this, because honestly, I jump into a puddle, a bit of water, and I'm there. And look at this gorgeous beach here behind us. And look at the faces on the people, so immediately drawing us in. The active maximizer, so we're going to think about this as a way of, it's like thinking about the traits of a human personality, okay? So what are the traits of the active maximizer? And of course, we're dealing with the Republic of Ireland, so a key segment in the Republic of Ireland and a key segment for this campaign. First of all, that segment represents 33% of the Republic of Ireland marketplace. It's the youngest segment, and many may have children. They love a packed itinerary, so love to do lots of things, morning, evening, afternoon. So they're looking for ideas. They adore energetic experiences, so, nightlife, going out, buzz, important. Love unpredictability. So, I heard somebody, yesterday evening in the restaurant in this hotel say, look, if you go to X, visit this place, it's amazing. I've been there a couple of times with my family. This is the kind of thing we want when they travel through the destination. We want them to hear it through your communications. You know what you love locally and what you can recommend. And that's an incredible find for the visitor. And they're also interested in romantic destinations. Who wouldn't love that? So beautiful backdrops. Very active on social media and love to share epic experiences. And of course, this is valuable for you because, they're sharing, and everyone who shares, that's an organic promotion. So you get to amplify what you stand for. All reliable promotion, because it's coming from human beings with no vested interest except for the fact they've had an amazing time with you. Are we okay there? All right then, so let's look at indulgent relaxers. 11% of the Republic of Ireland marketplace likely to take a romantic break. I think we can all see ourselves at times in our lives at these moments, walking into a gorgeous hotel, maybe with, a spa moment included. Short breaks are a really important time with family and friends. Large, comfortable hotels with really good food, good experiences, maybe music as well. Love to indulge themselves. So this is about a treat. This is about, I deserve this. It's the I am worth it moment. And they're willing to spend for the right offer, okay? So it's really important when you present your offers, when you show it to the customer, and when it's priced, does it express value to them? Does it make them feel that it's compelling and that they would get something out of it? In other words, an incredible memory. It's worth it. Are we good there? And all the time, through the experiences you're presenting to these target customers, you're sharing the story of who you are and where you come from. You're allowing that visitor to explore what you and your story and your business and your area are about. The open-minded explorers, 15% of the Republic of Ireland marketplace. They love the natural environment, so gorgeous scenery. There's tons of that in Northern Ireland. Lovely scenic attractions. They seek culture and unique experiences. Good food, quality accommodation is really important. Value for money is essential. So is it a good offer? Value for money, by the way, doesn't mean cheap. It means it's really worth it. I can see the value in it. And if I'm offering something maybe at a particular period or a quieter period for my business, it might entice through offering a particular offer that visitor to come out. Safety, health and safety are really important to this cohort of travellers. So these are important priorities for them. You're starting to see the human when you start pulling out the traits that we're presenting to you through these personas. Now, I'd urge you, when you create your communications, to think about not, as I said, splashing paint a wall or going out with bland communications, but actually think about, if you're doing a social media post, the person on the other side of the phone, or if you're working at your desktop, think about the human sitting at the other side of the computer. And is what you're creating actually speaking to someone? And it should be speaking, when you're targeting the Republic of Ireland market, to one of these kind of customer types. Are we good there? Because clarity equals conversion. I speak, you hear, what I'm offering is a match for your needs, and therefore I'm more likely to book. You're inspiring me. And all of that control is in your hands. You okay there, my friends? All right, then, we'll take a look at Northern Ireland customer segments, so a really important market for you, your doorstep market, 40% of overnight stays. So the aspiring families represent 30% of the Northern Ireland market. There's a strong family focus, and we know this, any of us with families, activities that suit all ages. And of course, when we think about families, we might be thinking about young children, but also teenagers, so all different groups within families. And I'm reminded as I say that there's someone who offers e-biking in Ireland, and at one point he did a great adventure experience targeted at teenagers where he said, this is the best activity where you can hang out with your family, you don't have to talk. And I remember showing it to my lads who were teenagers, and they were like, totally, we want to do that. And we did do that. You see, there was a bit of fun to it. So speaking to your audience. They love to plan and research, of course, because they're trying to make sure that the whole cohort, the whole family is going to have a great time. So they want to be reassured of this. Price sensitive and seeking value. They have quite a number of people to pay for, so we're all aware that this will be important. And while they're bargain hunters, again, they're willing to pay for something that's worth it. In other words, you show them the promise of something that will really connect, that family group. And they will want to pay for that because it's an incredible moment, a memory in that. And I can tell you, there's no fancy car or handbag in the world that can replace that sense of memory. It's really valuable. And that's what we offer through tourism and travel experiences. So moving on, and every time I want you to really think about the human behind the traits, the person you're speaking to through your communications. In Northern Ireland, another important segment, the social Instagrammer, representing 15% of the Republic of Ireland market. They seek short breaks, and connectivity is important. Of course, they'll want to have access to Wi-Fi and 4G, because they'll want to share their stories across digital channels. They're looking to broaden their mind, so they're looking for things that will really, new discoveries, new places, new stories about people. Buzz and atmosphere seekers, so they're looking for things that make them feel energized and alive, so great pubs, great nightlife, great music. And they're also seeking good deals. Less concerned about quality accommodation. So for this segment, it's about the doing. Do you see that? The accommodation is just a bed. Isn't it good to know that? So you focus on the doing and creating incredible moments for them. Are we okay? I hope as you start to see these, you start to see yourself in some of these, or you might think, at that stage of my life, I was this person, I'm now this person. And then you start to think about humanizing those communications. So the final segment I'm going to show you from Northern Ireland today is the natural quality seeker. So 15% of the Republic of Ireland market, short breaks are very important. In this case, quality accommodation is key. So different to what we just saw a moment ago. They love to plan, like clear itineraries, and nature lovers with gentle activities. In other words, no adrenaline junkie stuff here. We're looking for nice walking experiences, or maybe something in boating where I get to look at sea life and that kind of thing. So nice gentle activities. And sustainability is key, so that you show, which you should be doing anyway, to all cohorts, that you value your community. And you value your environment, because of course we live in precious places and it's our job to respect this. But also part of sustainability is economic development. So we need to make sure that your businesses are sustainable and that you're generating enough revenue to sustain you and whoever else you employ. And also we want that revenue flowing into your local community, so benefiting your local newsagent and stores as well. This is all part of sustainable tourism development. Are we okay? So making money is a really important part of, of these kind of campaigns and increasing that promotion.